G'day humans, Chris Stead from Finder here today, and I've got something pretty fun to go through. This is the Hot Wheels remote controlled version of the Tesla Cybertruck. Now, I covered the launch of the Cybertruck and it is a bizarre vehicle, very science fiction, kind of looks like a mix of a DeLorean and a tent. But incredible vehicle, super fast, incredible performance, fantastic off-road, very, very durable unless you try and throw a fist-sized metal ball bearing at it, which Mr. Elon Musk discovered the hard way on stage during the initial reveal. Anyway, getting off topic. So I've got this truck in to have a little review of, and you can buy it from 16th of September 2021 here in Australia. It has launched earlier in the year over in the USA and other territories, but arrives here in Australia on the 16th of September. It's going to cost you $199. It's a limited edition. There's not going to be too many of them, and they're available exclusively through Target. So if you want to pick up one of these, I wouldn't be stuffing around. I'll be getting right onto it. And also, we might see a secondary market appear on eBay, but you'll probably be paying a premium if you buy it through those outlets. So try and get it initially through Target if you can. So I'm going to take this for a test drive this afternoon and get back to you on my thoughts on how good it performs. And if they're lucky, if they're very good, I might even give the kids a go, but I don't know, it looks pretty cool. Maybe they should get their hands on it. Okay, let's open it up and see what it looks like inside. Okay, so I've just got it out of the packaging now. It'll be a lot harder for you to get out of the packaging than it was for me just then, I believe. This was sent up to me by the PR, the Hot Wheels Mattel PR, and from the looks of the package, having opened it now, I would say that it had been previously opened possibly to show off or look at for the PR themselves. So expect a bit of a more difficult opening experience for yourself. So here it is. This is a 1:10, so a 1/10 scale replica of the Tesla Cybertruck. It comes with the Tesla Cyber Quad, the ATV that was showing off at the same time as the Cybertruck in the initial briefings. And also the remote is a replica of the steering wheel that is in the actual genuine real life Cybertruck. So as you can see, just like I said, very bizarre looking vehicle, but like it's hard not to be impressed by the science fiction thinking of Elon Musk and the futuristic view he has for the world of electric cars. All right, so time to get hands on. I'll get back to you shortly with my thoughts on the Hot Wheels Tesla Cybertruck remote controlled car. I've been using the Cybertruck remote controlled car now for quite a number of hours. I've driven it around the park, I've driven it around the dirt, the grass, on the road, around the house. I've had a go, the kids have had a go, I've drained the battery, I've recharged it, I've drained the battery again. So I've got a pretty good idea of how this particular toy slash enthusiast vehicle is to play with. Now, what I really like about this is I think they've done a really good job with the design. I think in terms of taking the source material and interpreting it as a remote control car, there's lots of nice little touches here with the tire treads and the tray, the lighting at the front. This is a really extraordinary vehicle and they've done a really good job capturing that. The addition of the Cyber Quad, for example, is another sign that they've put a bit of effort in here to the detail, and I think that collectors in particular are really going to like that, also Tesla fans as well, but anybody who really likes their cars is going to appreciate that kind of detail. Now, I'm also a big fan of the suspension, which you can kind of see in action there. So that keeps the car really quite balanced. So I was driving over some reasonably rough terrain, and it's actually quite hard to flip. Obviously, if you hit a tree root or if you hit a jump at a bit of an angle, it will flip, but it does a pretty good job of keeping balanced and maintaining its speed as you're going through that. I had a lot of fun playing with this on the right surface, and I think the right surface for this is dirt. Leaves, just kind of really struggled with. It also struggled with any sort of sticks. Through the grass as well, it really lost a lot of pace. Obviously roads and pavers, things like that are fine, but not as much fun. So I think dirt's the right surface, and on the surface I had a lot of fun, the kids had a lot of fun, and it performed the best. And the other thing that I really liked about it was the signal strength of the controller. So I was using this in a park, and when I drove about 50, 60 meters away, it's still driving full pelt, no problems. In fact, it disappeared over the park and down in the back and kept driving. So the signal strength using the 2.4 gigahertz range there is quite good. Now onto what I don't really like about it. And look, while it was a lot of fun playing around the dirt, there is a maximum speed here that's only about 16 to 17 kilometers per hour, and it's just not quite up to that level that you need to really get that thrilling remote control car experience. So you're not going to be getting big airs, you're not going to be kind of tearing it up on a knife's edge as you're weaving around trees or around banks of dirt and so forth like you do with other remote control cars that you can buy around or even slightly less in this price range of $199. So that as a remote control car, while it's fun to play with, it's not as good as you can get for the money. And that's something you have to think about if you want to primarily buy this as a remote control car. I also noticed that the battery length is a bit challenging. It's about 20 minutes and it takes about 3 hours to charge. That's not really that unusual. Like we see that in drones, for example, you'd be lucky to get 20 minutes sometimes. Other remote control cars, like 20 minutes is kind of, you know, reasonable, but it's still a bit of a thing to consider if you're going to buy this for kids, because that does run out quickly, and then you've got to actually get a screwdriver and undo the secret compartment here that's underneath to pull out the charging port. That's a USB port. So there's no USB port, you can't just plug it straight in, you've actually got to take it apart to plug it in. So that's also a bit of a pain. It's not a quick charge in that regard. Although I will say, at one point I didn't quite finish the filming I wanted to do with it, and I just put it on for about an hour, and actually gave it a significant charge. Like it then went for another 15 or so minutes. So maybe it's not as bad as we think there. So those are the things that I really thought were a bit underwhelming with this car, and the things you'll need to consider before you buy it. Is the Hot Wheels Cybertruck remote control car worth it? Look, I think it does achieve its goal as being a collector's item. If you're a collector, you're a Tesla fan, or whether you're a collector of remote control cars or just really fancy toys or Hot Wheels in general, I think that you will get your value out of this. As a remote control car, look, it was a lot of fun. I had fun, the kids had fun, and it performs okay, but it doesn't really push what you should expect for $200. And that's the big thing here. It is a $200 item. So you can get remote control cars that are better performing than this for less. And if you're a parent and you're buying for kids, you can obviously get things a lot cheaper than this. It'll fulfill the kids' fun, because when the battery did run out on this, my kids moved on pretty quickly, and I'm not sure they'd come back as frequently as you might hope at that price range. It's worth noting as well for parents that the controller in particular feels quite brittle, especially for something that's this expensive. I would expect this to feel a lot more robust. It's just lightweight and feels like it could break very easily. And to be fair, the truck itself does feel a little bit flimsy as well, but I did crash it into 2 trees at full pelt and it ate it like it didn't even happen. So maybe it's a bit stronger than it looks, like the Cybertruck should be, right? So make sure you head over to the final.com.au website, where I've got a full article up on this particular device. You can read more about what I thought there. And I've also got an article on the actual real Cybertruck, so you can find out all about the crazy stuff Elon Musk is doing over there at Tesla. And until next time, drive safe.